I don't know if you guys are actually familiar with this, but Krakeny is doing something a little bit weird at the moment. He has been doing a bunch of Hippodrome Pro Scouts plays. I'm wondering if we're about to see another one of those as we hop into a game on Lipany. After the toy on the other side, we were just describing as an interesting player, actually, because he tends to play very aggressive into a delayed eco boom. We've seen this multiple games. It's kind of his signature style. This is one of the players from China, by the way. We've seen them creeping around the top 100, top 200 for a very long time. They are pretty stable there, so very talented individual. And in a Byzantine mirror, I think we're already going to see a big difference here. Hippodrome one side. Yep. Straight into the Grand Winery on the other. Okay. I think we are getting that Pro Scouts build. It's an interesting idea, actually, the Pro Scouts build. The reason I like the idea of it is you've already got the stables to start pumping in the Scouts. On top of that, you can actually burn down loose structures when the game goes on due to the torch damage. That's a minor detail. The really big thing for me is with the Triumph, you actually increase your damage by an extra 400%, right? Because Scouts hit for 1, and you get +4 when you activate Triumph. So when you add in some Scouts with Horsemen, you get a very strong earlier timing on a dive comp that can actually prove to be quite the nuisance for your opponents. Now, in this matchup, it's a little bit less effective because there is something you have to keep in mind, and that's Akratoy defense that can ruin you. I think, actually, like, Triumph is kind of weird in this one. Like, I've seen a bunch of Hippodrome on Hippodrome before, but one thing that can make Triumph feel really weak is if you're trying to exploit the enemy economy, Akratoy completely offsets you, right? The +2 armor takes away a lot of the extra value you get out of this particular landmark. All right, so we are as live as possible. Let me get predictions up for you guys, actually. So who will win? Is it going to be teal or is it going to be purple? Give you guys a minute on that one. If you're watching this later and you're like, I knew the outcome, but now I have no way of saying, drop it in the comments right now, all right? Who are you? Are you one of those people that waits until the very end of the game and then types GGEs? Or do you say it 2 minutes in with a question mark? God, I love saying it at the start with a question mark. You know what annoys me the most, though, is when you get one of those people that they let you do that, and then they don't say anything back until they've guaranteed won the game. And it's, I guarantee you, the person that always chips up and says something is the person that contributed nothing. Yeah, I'm remembering a lot of things from my Dota days. So, double assistant coming in pretty quickly here at the exact same timing on the other side. Akratoy has gone for the early olive groves. I honestly think olive groves are going to have to be tweaked. They're way too good. Okay, Philly, but, like, you know, did you win a tournament? I need someone to go win a tournament with the Scout Hippodrome build. Get to work, buddy. Need you to go and win Master of Realms with the Hippodrome Pro Scouts Triumph build. But he is indeed Pro Scouts, guys. It's on the way again. Oh, this is great. Yeah, Krakeny is cooking on this one. We watched him do this earlier against Kazuyohan, but I think that game wasn't really decided by the Pro Scouts detail. So it'd be nice to see if it's feasible for him to actually, like, get a dub because of Pro Scouts in particular. It's always a tough one in this matchup, though. Like, there are some civs where taking the deer away hurts a lot, but when you're playing on Lipany, especially against Byzantines, they don't really care about the deer, right? It's all about the olive oil. Olive oil that should be being put to work real soon here. Merc House now being built up. Scouts are moving across. Now, has Akratoy seen it? He knows. Like, wait a second. Huh? I wonder, was Akratoy expecting this when he woke up today? And I'm wondering, is this just going to be the fast castle? It is, isn't it? You know, Philly, you might want to strap yourself in your seat, because Krakeny does something that I think you're going to be a big fan of. In fact, you might even gulp out of fear when you see what he's up to. The question mark is whether purple can all in him before then. Considering what he's seeing, this is a smart choice by Akratoy. He usually likes to play an aggressive style, but he's just seen a player go Pro Scouts. Alarm bell should be going off. If your opponent's going Pro Scouts, he can't come out of the base too quickly. He might be doing something greedy at home, like a tech up. Krakeny immediately queuing up the Horseman. Limitane, double racks is pretty powerful. If you complete the rack. So I don't know what happened there with Aftertoy. It looks like a whoopsie. I think he misrallied, so his scaling is a little bit weaker than it should be to try and move out and disrupt what Crackety's up to. Crackety, who, by the way, is already on his way for the second batch of deer. Oh boy. There's going to be a lot of food. Remember, if you get all 4 deer packs back home, that's 9,800 food underneath your TC. And that's before we equate the cheap, which in this game is, well, only an additional 2 left over at this stage. But it's pretty ludicrous to think how much safe food you can have for Pro Scouts. Kind of crazy to think that we rarely see it these days when you consider that detail and you consider how dominant it once was. Remember, it used to be that Roost was meta for a different reason. It's because they were one of the best civs to do Pro Scouts with. Aftertoy taking a very chill approach. I don't like the way he's proceeding with this. 275 gold, way too expensive? Really? Because, you know, I'm just going to say it. Castle Age on the way. Choo-choo! Besides, if you don't have 9,800 food, how are you going to afford cataphracts? These boys ain't cheap. So, get your sippy cups out, folks. Actually, you know what? I'm going to rename him. His name isn't Freddy anymore. He's just Sippy. Because he likes to gulp. Okay, I'm going to stop now. That's... Yes, it's just in the first skills on the way. There should be cataphracts to open up with and Varangian to assist. This is really strong. Aftertoy doesn't have a great answer right now. He's got Limitane for the cataphracts. Absolutely nothing for the Varangian. And I can't believe he's only now moving out. Considering this player is usually known to be quite aggressive, his timings don't really make much sense. Guess who told you system was good? GUA and his bro did. GUA and Soldier told me. Thanks. Actually, checkmate, right? Like, Soldier believed in system so much, he was doing it in tournaments way before you started. He was doing it in tournaments when you were still playing Mongols. God, I still remember that game. It was against Delhi on Coastal Cliffs, where he decided to basically sell the olive oil and get fast castle into cataphracts. Didn't work well. Turns out Delhi with Spearman attack speed kind of OP. These guys don't have extra attack speed, but they do have extra defenses. Can we breach on the front side? Freddy immediately queues up the Varangian. Interesting with the rack spread out as well. So not easy to immediately just shut down the initial units coming out. You should be able to trickle a few out. But Crackety, have we gone a little bit too greedy here? I was a bit worried that Aftertoy was not moving aggressively enough, but he's in now. And Javs are able to hunt. Remember, if these were Lombos, you wouldn't be able to just chase this, but Crackety doesn't have willpower. No. There's no way you lose to this. He's shield walling right now. Oh my god, the Akratoy now. Remember, he got Castle Age. He gets extra damage. Those are 9 damage spear villages. No. No way did he just do that to him. Aftertoy panicked there. He sent the spearmen after the villagers instead of sending the javelins. So he left the javelins to attack the Varangians. I don't think you could have made that look worse if you tried. Think about how different that is if you just have the Limitane bog down the Varangian and the javelins attack the villagers. It's huge. The world of difference that makes. But instead, now Aftertoy in a sticky situation. Military League doesn't exist. They're trying to go for a tech up. And the Golper boys are on the way. Wow. Crackety's going to get it into his head at this rate, man. I still don't know if this was as much the build as it was Aftertoy messing up. That dive looked like it should have been so good, especially against someone who doesn't have wheelbarrow. But yet, because of the way that Aftertoy approached that, Crackety just got away with greedy murder. Wolves are at least on the way up. And he is building the Golden Horn Tower fairly far back. There is still a risk the Vikings get here in time. Oh, Aftertoy, not like this, buddy. Undermesh upgrade coming in as well. Crackety. He needs to be looking for the landmark. He should understand that tech up has to be happening right now. You'd think a guy with 6 scouts would be able to see where the tech up is happening, but apparently not. Wait, has he not rushed under mesh either? I think it has been, yeah. It's now coming through. So Golpers did delay the death on one of the Varangians. Has he even attacked this Varangian? I feel like he's just been running away the whole time. No. And Aftertoy now being idled up in the home. Golden Horn Tower is at least going to complete at this pacing, but it's going to come at a cost. Villagers starting to be sacrificed. This land at least has a willpower to run away quicker, but it means you've still got a lot of idle time in the meantime. And in fact, Aftertoy isn't even reacting right now. What's going on? He's distracted on the gold line. Free garrison. Too many villagers, though. This is too many Vikings. Oh, no. Well, he tried, but I think he's died. This is brutal. He's over 10 eco behind at this stage. There's just more and more Varangian coming. He's got the first crossbow out, but one crossbow is not going to stem the bleeding here. There's just nowhere to hide. He's got room for safety for half his economy. The other half is royally screwed in this game. This is just over. Crackety with his pro scouts fast castle Varangian spam. When will it end? Where will it stop? He's even berserking now because we're out of range of the TC. If this becomes meta, I'm installing Ayyubid too. There's the triumph! Yeah! 5 damage each, baby! Get him! That's the way you finish off the injured villagers. And that is the way you finish off a game. The cherry on top for the Crackety win. Aftertoy's like, it has to stop at some point, right? He's going to run out of resources soon. Oh, I'm not so sure he is. No. This can't become meta.